Real-world forecasting is messy. You're rarely staring at one clean line of numbers. You've got the thing you want to predict, plus other series moving alongside it, plus things you already know about the future like holidays and promotions, plus fixed facts like which store or which product. And on top of all that, people usually want to hear not just a forecast, but how much to trust it. The Temporal Fusion Transformer from Google in 2019 was built to handle exactly this mess and to stay readable while doing it. Let's dig in. Let's follow the data through the architecture because each stage tackles a different part of that messiness we just described. It begins with variable selection networks. At each step, the model learns which of your many inputs actually matter and quietly turns down the ones that don't. As a bonus, that same mechanism can tell you which features are driving the forecast, which is where the interpretability starts. Next, an LSTM layer working in a sequence-to-sequence fashion handles local processing. This is the part that chews on recent patterns, the short-term ups and downs right before the point you're forecasting from, encoding those nearby dynamics into a useful representation the rest of the model can build on. Then an attention layer with multiple heads takes a wider view. It lets the model reach back and focus on the relevant moments in the past, even ones far from the present, across long horizons. And because it's attention, you can inspect which past time steps it actually leaned on. Finally, it outputs quantile forecasts. Rather than one number, it predicts several percentiles, say the 10th, the 50th, and the 90th. That gives you a prediction interval, an honest range, instead of a single point pretending to be certain. To see why this design was such a step forward, let's set it beside the classic forecasting tools it aimed to replace. Traditional forecasters like ARIMA were built around a single series evolving over time. They work well in that narrow lane, but the moment you want to blend in other signals, known future events, and static attributes about each item, things get awkward. Mixing all those input types cleanly was never really their strength. The Temporal Fusion Transformer fuses all of it in one model. Past values, other time-varying series, known future inputs, and static attributes flowing together, it forecasts many steps ahead at once. And it stays interpretable, showing you which variables and which past moments mattered for each prediction. So let's boil the whole architecture down to the three things that make it distinctive. First, the combination itself. Variable selection to filter the inputs, then an LSTM for local patterns, then attention for the long-range view. Each component does a specific job, and stacking them is what lets one model cover both the near-term wiggles and the far-off dependencies at the same time. Second, it embraces every kind of input real forecasting throws at you. Static attributes that never change, known future inputs you can see coming, and observed series that only reveal themselves over time, all fused together instead of forced into one rigid format. Third, interpretable quantile forecasts. It matches or beats other forecasters on raw accuracy, but the real win is that you can open it up and read it, seeing the variables and the past time steps behind every prediction, with proper uncertainty ranges attached, rather than a single opaque number. Let's wrap with 4 takeaways worth holding on to. The Temporal Fusion Transformer is a deep model built for multi-horizon time series forecasting that manages to be both accurate and interpretable. Inside, it stacks 3 ideas. Variable selection to pick what matters, an LSTM for recent local patterns, and attention to focus on relevant past moments. It handles the full mess of real data, static attributes, known future inputs, and observed series, all fused inside one model at once. Rather than one number, it outputs quantile forecasts, giving honest prediction intervals while revealing which features drove the result. For more explainers like this, Standarity.com is where we break AI down in plain language.